Hello fellow thieves, this is Ezekiel from Ezekiel's Guild, and today in this video, I'll do my best to teach you guys 5 tips on how to get gems. So, originally, I was actually going to make a video on how to pass the Wooden League originally. I know I said originally twice, but I'm just trying to make a point right here. But what I kind of thought about was that why make a video on, passing the Wooden League when I can just make a video of a more general scale, which is just getting gems. So I'll try to do my best to tell you guys 5 tips that I've used in the past to, I guess, get the gems that I have today. Like, I know I don't have like a million gems. I'm not like one of those super experienced guys, but I do have some basic knowledge that you guys could apply to your own uses. So let's go to the very first tip. So the very first tip is that you have to know that there are only 3 methods to actually get gems. 3 methods? I thought there were only 2 methods. No, actually there's 3. So the first method obviously is from raiding other people. And just for an example, I'll break my shield just to show you guys. So as you can see, when you're raiding people, you can always get gems from almost every single one of them. Sometimes there's going to be some players that don't have gems in their totems, but most of the time there will always be a gem to steal. So that's one way of getting some gems that way. The second way of getting gems, and this one's not really that known because not a lot of people use it, but it's actually from the storyline right here. So I think every map there's at least one different section where you can actually get gems. So as long as you complete the story mode, you will be able to get some gems that way. And there's actually a third method which some people don't really think about using, and that's actually the defense log right here. And there are a few pros of using this instead of just raiding. First of all, when you click on revenge, the chances are they probably have gems, the person that just attacked you, and you're not using any gold to actually search for these guys. They're just right here, so it's not like I'm spending 300 gold to look for these guys. They're just right here for me, so that's one way to kind of save gold when you're looking for good raids. But those are the 3 methods to actually getting gems. From attacking players, from revenging other players, and then of course the mines that you find throughout the story plot map. So just keep that in mind for the first tip. Now the second tip, I'll talk about the balance between having a good defense and being offensive. So if you want to get a lot of gems or have a high gem count, you have to be sure that not only are you attacking people that you can get the gems from, you have to make sure that you can defend your totem as well. Because obviously you can steal like a million gems, let's just say that, but someone else can steal it all right back at you. So you gotta be very careful that you can't neglect either one. So you can't focus so much on defense and have no offense, and you can't focus so much on offense and have a really poor defense. So make sure that you have a really good defense, but you're also good at attacking, so you want to just keep those 2 in check. And if you're wondering on how to make a good defense, I did make a video on that already, so please check that out, because I don't really want to re-explain all the details in this video. It takes way too long. But yes, just be sure to be offensive and defensive. That's the second tip. Now, the third tip, I'll talk about more details about raiding people. And this can go for the same thing when you're revenging people, but I'll specify this mostly when you're raiding people. So, there's a lot of things that you have to consider when you're raiding someone. First of all, see if they actually have gems, otherwise you're just wasting your time right here. So let's just go to the next guy right here. Okay, this is a better example. Now, you want to take a good look at the layout of the map. Ask yourself, are you able to get the gems 100% from whoever you're attacking? I know that there's like the wheel of the chance thing that's like always a 50-50% chance, or if you're wearing specific outfits like the lucky face, they can also have their defense for their gem protection up, so there's a lot of different factors between that, but you have to ask yourself, are you able to beat the defense and actually get the gems? So I'm just going to take a wild look right here. So to this guy, I mean, I'm kind of confident that I can beat this guy, not exactly sure, so let's just see if I can. Might take a few tries right here though, because, let's see. Okay, yeah, so this guy has a pretty solid defense right here. Might have to be a little bit careful, because I don't really see a clear way on how I'm gonna beat this one, but if you guys, with enough practice, eventually you can just kind of raid whatever bases you feel like. So this guy right here, I kind of had a feeling that I could get him just because, you know, he's relatively simple, but yeah, you know, so that's just one way to look at it. So when you're attacking people, you just ask yourself, are you able to get the gems 100%? And if the layout is too difficult for you, try to go for some easier layouts. That's going to be easier as well. Also, I guess outfits can kind of have a little bit of some play right here. So I recommend, if you're going for just gems, go for either the lucky face, the purple splash, or even the white shadow, which is it's not really my favorite just because it's really overpowered. I actually like the wise eyes over it just because it looks really nice. Or sorry, yeah, lucky face, wise eyes, purple splash, and the white shadow, all of them, they will help you increase your chances of getting the best gem count. So let me just put on the wise eyes right now just because I like those the best. But yes, that's the third tip. Just make sure that when you're raiding, find a layout that you're sure that you can take the gems from 100%. Even if it's low gems, it's still better than no gems, right? Okay, so now let's get on to the fourth tip, and that's talking about the totem. So when you look at the totem, if you guys didn't know, you can actually buy more slots for totems. However, it costs about 750 orbs to get the full 3 extra slots, and I've done that with my own money just because, you know, it's necessary for this video. But, I mean, there are a few pros and cons to it. Obviously, the cons is that either you're spending money to get these slots, or you can just save up enough orbs from, you know, passing leagues or leveling up to buy the extra 3 slots. I highly recommend that just because it's really useful. And when you're trying to get as many gems as you can, it's really nice to have more inventory space in your totem to really make the most out of it. So as you can see, I don't really have any shame of showing my gems right here, but these 2 gems right here are probably my best ones, and these other gems right here are kind of just, I guess, sub gems. Those are just from the mines. Some of them are from raids that I've done in the past, but yes, just make sure that this is more of an optional kind of thing, just because I know that this isn't quite the easiest tip. The other 3 tips are fairly simple to understand, but this one's a little bit, I guess, more expensive, so just keep that in mind. But that is an option for you if you want to get more. Well, this isn't really getting a lot. It's just increasing your storage for gems so that you can get more gems, if that makes any sense. So that's the 4th tip. Just upgrading your totem slots is a great way to get more gems. And the very last one is beating the storyline missions, or at least as much of it as possible. And the only reason you want to, you know, try to push as far as you can is just because whenever you, at some point in every single map, sorry about that, there is like these these are the gem mines essentially, and I already mentioned this from the first tip, which was talking about the 3 methods, but it's really good to just push forward in the story mode. Like, it doesn't really matter, like, as you can see, for some of them I kind of rushed it, got like 1 star, but it doesn't really matter getting like 3 stars and everything. You just want to try to push as far as you can and try to get the most mines out of all of the maps right here. So let me just count right here. So there's 1, I think there's actually, let's just see, so that's 1, 3, yeah, there should be a total of 5 gem mines available in the game. So if you guys can get all 5 of the mines, then you're just helping yourself to get gems a lot faster without raiding, without, you know, having to waste some gold to find some people to attack. So this method right here, it's probably a little bit better for those who are a little bit, I guess, not so good at attacking people per se. So this is an alternate method. However, I do prefer raiding other people just because I find that that's a little bit more, you get more gems out of it. Unless, you know, you've been the 5th map and you have the gem mine for that one, then I guess it's also good, but try to keep it balanced. Don't just attack people and neglect the gem mines. Like, just make sure you're using a good balance between the methods, like I mentioned. So yeah, with those 5 tips, let me just recap it just so that you guys don't forget. The first one is that use the 3 methods of getting gems as much as possible. Attack players, revenge players, and use the gem mines. Then the second tip was the balance between having a good defense and being offensive, so make sure that you're not doing one or the other, you're doing both. at an exceptional level for both of them. So don't overdo it, but just practice, 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 practice. Then the third tip was raiding. So when you're attacking bases, be sure that you're able to do it. If you need to use potions to help yourself out, then by all means do so. Just another side tip, when when you have like the wheel thing, and you don't get the gem from it, I do not recommend using any orbs to respin it. If you don't get the gem, then you don't get the gem. It's a lot better to not get the gem than just waste another 20 orbs trying to get the gem if it's like only worth like say 100. So it's definitely not worth it, just as a side tip. And when you're raiding, also try to wear outfits that give you a boost in getting gems, which could be the Wise Eyes, the Purple Splash, the White Shadow, the what is that other one? The Lucky Face. So those outfits will help you as well. The fourth tip was talking about the totem. So remember that you do have an extra 3 slots that you can buy in the totem. Just save up some orbs, either buy them in the store or just level up, pass leagues, and get the orbs that you need to get the extra slots for more gems. And then the final tip was just to beat the storyline. Not beat it per se, but to get as far as you can to get the gem mines, which refers back to the first tip. And sorry that I actually disconnected just because I wasn't moving in the screen at all. But yes, those are just the 5 main tips that I have to share with you guys on how to get gems. So hopefully you guys will use these tips for yourself. If you're struggling to, let me just show you guys a bit of something right here. So if you're trying to pass the wooden league and you're having a hard time getting gems, then just use these 5 tips and you should be good to go. I will talk about something funny right here. As you can see, this is the Bronze League, and notice how the second guy, Mango, and the fourth guy, Destroyer X, are actually part of my guild. I didn't notice this until I took a closer look. I just think it's really awesome having like my fellow members in the same league as me. So I'm really happy that if they pass it to the next league, then I'll just know that, hey, I have some members that are in better leagues than I am, so that's pretty cool. But yeah, there is one last this isn't really a tip, it's more like a side thing. I forgot to mention this, but if you ever lose gems, most of the time you can't really do anything about it unless you have Facebook friends, which is awesome if you do. For me, I don't use Facebook for these kind of things just because I don't think it's necessary. But for example, someone stole my 380 gem thing from me. So if you guys have any, if you're connected to Facebook, you can have people help steal back your gems for you. So that's kind of an optional kind of thing. Personally, I don't use this feature just because, again, I don't really see it's not really necessary, to be honest. I kind of prefer to play the game without Facebook. But if you guys are constantly losing gems, then yes, go for the Facebook Connect. It's definitely going to help you get your gems back. We'll just have people in your Facebook that play the game that can help you get your gems back. So that's what I'm saying. So that is another option that I did not mention before. So really very, very quickly, let's just attack another player and let's see how this goes. Yeah, this one looks doable. Let's just see if we can do this. Looks kind of hard, but better than never, right? Let's just see. Okay, so it's definitely an issue with timing right here. So yeah, like the more raids you do, the better you get at just getting the right timing down whenever you like face obstacles that you've never really encountered before. And you see that even with the Wise Eyes, there's always that chance that you still won't get the gems. So there's always that. But let's do one more just before the video ends, real quick, just to see if you guys are going to see what I mean. This one looks pretty simple. Actually, not really, but I'm confident. So let's just see how this goes. Gosh. Okay, never mind. So let's see. What can I try here? Not really sure. I think it's like okay, it's definitely okay. I think I got it now. I think. Not sure though. It's like you have to jump on I guess the middle section of the wall, just so that you can make this seemingly impossible jump right here. Like yeah. So another thing is that whenever you're failing raids like I am right now, then don't get mad about it. It's just like it happens. You can't win every single raid, but always try your best in these things. But anyways, guys, I think that's going to be it for this video. Thanks so much for watching. If you guys enjoyed the video, hit that like button, comment, and subscribe. And I hope that these 5 tips will help you get the gems that you well deserve. So yeah, that's gonna be it for this video, and just thanks for watching.